What's up, guys? It's your boy, Spence here. Now, I recently went on a little trip, and on my little trip, I went to this place that I used to always go to as a child, but I haven't been able to go to in a little while, and it's a little small place. Pretty much no one knows about it. It's called the fucking Waffle House, and it's amazing. Now, obviously, if you live anywhere that isn't New York, you've already eaten the Waffle House at least once. Now, if you dislike it, you're wrong and stupid, but if you like it, well, obviously you like it. Come on, keep up. We're trying to be fast here. Waffle House is the objective best restaurant, fast food restaurant, diner, whatever you want to call it, fast food chain, diner chain, whatever it is that you like to refer to it as. But it is absolutely phenomenal. Now, a lot of people say, oh, it's pretty much the same thing as IHOP, when IHOP sucks in comparison to Waffle House. Now, granted, IHOP's not bad. I don't personally like IHOP very much, but it's not bad. But when you compare it against Waffle House, they're yin and yang. They're complete and utter opposites. They're light to darkness. They're fudging indifference to love or hate. It's absolutely, they're not comparable. But, have you guys ever had a Waffle House waffle? Have you ever sat down at a Waffle House, put down your $5, gotten this big ass Belgian waffle, taken a little bite of it without even any syrup? You're not even putting syrup on it yet because you're just so mesmerized that you already put it in your mouth. Feel the fucking texture, the fluffiness, the softness, the absolute explosion of just in your own mouth. Now, if you have, I just explained to you a very familiar feeling. If you haven't, obviously, you're a little depressed, but, if you have, of course, you know that feeling. And you know that it makes you want to come back every single day to have the same thing every single day. Because Waffle House's waffles are so different than normal waffles. Normal waffles, you kind of need syrup. You don't actually need it. Like, I eat waffles without syrup all the time. Usually more like a snack, though, not like an actual meal. But Waffle House waffles is built in a certain way that you don't need a drop of syrup on it. A matter of fact, let me tell you a story, because this is from about a year ago, from the last time I had Waffle House. I was on a vacation, and I was going to the southern states. On the way there, we stopped at Waffle House because we were nostalgic for the deliciousness of Waffle House. I eat some. I absolutely cream my pants because of course you would. It's just that good. Then, I had an extra one left over because I had eaten like 4 waffles. So obviously, I was a bit full. Put the waffle away, put it in the back seat of the truck we were driving, and I couldn't find it the entire time we were there. We were there for, I believe, a week. And I couldn't find it the whole time. I'm like, where the heck did my waffle go? On the way back, I find it. And as you know, the southern states are hot. This was summertime, so it was boiling. And anyone could tell you you shouldn't eat food that's been sitting in the back of a boiling hot car for the past, 4 to 7 days. But I did anyways. I picked it up, I looked at it, and it didn't look any different. It looked as pristine as when God ripped open the sky and brought it down to you on a fucking beautiful plate. It looked the exact same. That's how I know it's divine. And I'm like, I'll just take a bite. It'll probably be bad, It has been sitting in the car for a long time. So I'm like, YOLO swag, I'll take a little bite. Took a bite. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? As though it had drinking from the holy grail, the fountain of youth, blessed by Jesus, Zeus, fucking Odin himself. It tasted identical to as if I had eaten it fresh off the fudging plate. And it had gotten cold. Not actually cold, the kind of cold that you call food after it's been sitting for a while and hasn't been reheated. It isn't technically cold, it's lukewarm. But it's cold compared to how you were planning on eating it. And it was it was a great way to end the trip. It was a great way to get me ready for a 19-hour trip home. But you may be saying, so their waffles are good. So what? There are a lot of one singular great things at places. Applebee's has great ribs and pretty good steak. IHOP has amazing eggs. Every place has at least one thing that's delicious. What makes Waffle House different? Waffle House has everything delicious. Delicious eggs. Delicious bacon. They'll make the bacon exactly how you fucking ask. You want your bacon soft like I do? They'll make it soft if you ask. I tend to forget to ask to make it soft, so I end up having to eat crunchy bacon. You want it crunchy though? They'll give you that. You want it burnt? They will burn that bacon just for you because they love you. They're also the most down-to-earth people. I have never been to a Waffle House where I wouldn't sit down and have a drink with the person serving me food or the person cooking me food. That is how amazing their service is. Then, beyond that, the absolute atmosphere is so nostalgic. Even if because it's nostalgic from an era I wasn't even alive for. It's nostalgic for like the late 80s, early 90s. And I wasn't even in existence during the late 80s, early 90s. So, how can I feel nostalgia for that era? But I walk in there and I'm immediately just like, oh my god. Donkey Kong is the best game ever made. Who wants to go grab my Super Nintendo? And that's just the fudging presentation. It's also extremely cheap. You go to IHOP to buy food for like 3 people, you're coming out with like a $50 bill. You go to Waffle House buying for 3 people, you come out with like a $30 bill. At most, $30 bill. And I usually eat a lot, which is why it's like a $30 bill. If you're eating a reasonable amount, you're probably looking at like a $20, $25 bill. Because, you get the combo meal for the waffle, and, that's like $8. You get 3 people that comes with like the waffle, I think eggs, and like a hash brown. And then, you get everyone that's $8 each. It's what, $24? And then you also get everyone a drink, which is what, an extra $2? That's what, an extra $6 on top. That's literally $30. That's exactly $30. And you guys are all having a filling, delicious meal. Don't get the grits. Just don't get grits in general. Grits are disgusting. We don't stand grits in this household. But that's my problem with grits. That's not my problem with Waffle House. Grits are just Satan's child. They literally look like oatmeal and yet also look like mashed potatoes and yet taste like cardboard. What kind of combination is that? Is that the combination you want in your meal? Because I'll tell you one thing, that's not the combination I want in my meal, personally. Plus, the souvenirs there are great. You can get a mug there. I didn't even know this until last year. But you can get a mug at Waffle House that is a Waffle House mug, the ones that they serve you coffee in. They'll sell that to you for $5 each. First of all, it's a great price for a mug. Second of all, it's a great fudging merchandise. The only complaints that I have with Waffle House is their new clothing that they give new staff. The old stuff they gave you, they would give you like this cool visor that said Waffle House on it. And like it was made of this like great fabric. The newer ones are just kind of like these like paper hats that have like WF on them, which stand for Waffle House, but are not nearly the same. That's really the only complaint with the entire fudging restaurant, because everyone there is so goddamn nice. They make the food so goddamn quick. The food is so goddamn delicious that it's just like, bro, why wouldn't I want to spend my life there? If I died tomorrow, my heaven would be Waffle House. It wouldn't even be like a special type of Waffle House. It would just be a standard issue Waffle House, but with the old hats instead of these new hats. Alright, thank you for letting me rant. I made this video a lot later than I wanted to. I wanted to upload this video like 4 or 5 days ago. I actually had a different video planned out, but the thing I was doing for that video hadn't finished yet, and I'm hoping to finish it within the next like 3 or 4 days so that I can make the video. I wanted to, try to get 2 videos in within like a week or 2 basis. And within like a week basis. Sadly, it didn't happen, but the next video should be out a lot sooner. Thank you all for watching. Go eat Waffle House. I don't care if you live in New York. It's only a 2-hour drive.